the media are just, they're awful at this. The case in point, obviously, is their coverage of this hydroxychloroquine issue. So I'm going to show you two clips. One is from Donald Trump. The other is from Andrew Cuomo. One of these people, the media hate. One of these people, the media love. They're saying basically the same thing about hydroxy. Here's President Trump touting hydroxychloroquine yesterday at his briefing.
You know, the expression, I've used it for certain reasons. What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? And a lot of people are saying that when, and are taking it, if you're a doctor, a nurse, a first responder, a medical person going into hospitals, what do you have to lose? They say take it. I'm not looking at it one way or the other, but we want to get out of this. If it does work, it would be a shame if we didn't do it early.
Okay, so him touting the benefits of hydroxychloroquine, the media have more broadly suggested it is very bad to tout the benefits of hydroxychloroquine, and yet here you have Andrew Cuomo yesterday suggesting there's anecdotal evidence, and we're going to ask for more of it.
There has been anecdotal evidence that it is promising. That's why we're going ahead. Doctors have to prescribe it. There are some people who have pre-existing conditions where it doesn't work, or they're taking medication that's not consistent with this treatment. But anecdotally, it's been positive.
Okay, so he's saying also that there is some benefits to the drug. A Michigan Democrat yesterday came out and said, hydroxy saved my life. Hydroxychloroquine saved my life. Should thank President Trump for that. And this has led the media to lose their mind. The worst story from the New York Times, this is amazing. So the New York Times is covering hydroxychloroquine and saying Trump is pumping it and all of this. So why is Trump pumping this? So the obvious answer is that Trump is trying to give people hope for a treatment that is short of a ventilator and death. Right? That is the short answer. That he's looking at anecdotal evidence. He is seeing anecdotal evidence. There are small studies that suggest that this thing is at least somewhat effective. Some say mildly effective. Some say more than mildly effective. And Trump is trying to give people a ray of hope in the midst of a really, really dark time. Right? That is the most logical explanation. That is not where the New York Times goes. Instead, here's the New York Times reporting. If hydroxychloroquine becomes an accepted treatment, several pharmaceutical companies stand to profit, including shareholders and senior executives with connections to the president. Mr. Trump himself has a small personal financial interest in Sanofi, the French drug maker that makes Plaquenil, the brand name version of hydroxychloroquine. So you think that Trump is pushing hydroxychloroquine because he owns stock in a company that makes Plaquenil? First of all, this thing is off patent. Okay, hydroxychloroquine is not on patent, which means that the maker of Plaquenil is not the company that stands to benefit most. Second of all, how big a stake does Trump own in Sanofi? According to MarketWatch, his three family trusts have investments in a Dodge and Cox mutual fund, whose largest holding is Sanofi. Trump's 2019 financial disclosure form lists stakes in family trusts 1, 2, and 3, valued at between $1,000 and $15,000. So if Trump has the maximum $15,000 in each of the trusts, he holds a stake in Sanofi that's worth $1,485, and at the minimum, $99. You're right, probably Trump, who's at the very least worth $1 billion. He may not be worth $10 billion, he's worth at least $1 billion. You're saying that that guy is recommending hydroxychloroquine because the on-brand version, now that we are off patent, he needs that to sell because of his $99 stake in the company? That's what's happening here? That's your chief explanation? I'm sorry, it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. But the ridiculousness of the media, they're blowing their own credibility.